Hey guys, it's Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have some project shares for Scrap Diva Designs. I am on the design team and I have some dies to share with you that are from the February release, and I made a few projects to go with them, so I'm so excited to share them. If you would like to purchase any of these or anything on her site, please feel free to use my referral link, which is in the description box. If you click on that and make a purchase, I do get a commission, which does not affect your cost, but it does help me out, and I really appreciate everybody who uses that. Also, don't forget to use my code at checkout, which is strawberry cream, and you'll get 10% off of your order. So thank you so much to everybody who uses my link and codes. I really do appreciate it. So let's get started with the different projects that I've made. I'm so excited to share them with you. I'll take some measurements too. So if you have any questions, of course, leave a comment. All right, the first set that I wanted to share with you is the Bear Gumball Machine add-on. And this set goes with the, I think it was the Easter Gumball Machine. I will link it down below. I think it's still available on scrapdivadesigns.com. I don't have that Gumball Machine set, but you don't need it to use this die set. You can just make cute bear faces without it. So it comes with these different pieces. The outline piece. Here's a layering piece that cuts out a frame if you want to make it into a shaker, which I did for one of the ones that I made. And then this cute accessory set. So this is like the cheeks of the bear, eyes and highlights and eyebrows. And then this is the nose and mouth. And then these are little layering pieces for the ears. So very, very cute. Let me show you the first one I made, which is not a shaker. So this is it. Didn't he come out so cute? And you could put the eyes in different positions depending on where you like them. These I spread a little bit further apart. So I used some paper that, I use this paper a lot. If you follow me, you've seen these kind of papers. I downloaded them from Etsy. So I just print them out in different colors depending on, what I need for my projects. So I use this gingham paper for the bear itself, and then I use this heart paper for the like cheeks part. And I didn't use the frame part on this embellishment, but I did cut out the cheeks part out of some foam too, some pink foam, and just put that behind the hearts piece, and that way it raises it up a little bit, and then the little pink spots show through on the part that cut out on the brown part. And then I used some black glossy paper for the nose, mouth, and eyes, and I used my white gel pen to create the highlights. I didn't use like the little part that comes on the die. And then for the ear accents, I did that same pink foam and the same heart paper to coordinate with that. And then I used the heart paper for the eyebrows, and I think he's just so adorable. So this little face comes out to be, from the widest parts, it's about 3 1/8 inches across, and then top to bottom it's about 2.5. So great size for your embellishment. If you go on scrapdivadesigns.com and look at this product page, you'll see lots of different examples from the other design team members, and there are some that are, adorning the Gumball machine, which is really, really cute. So if you have that set, this is a great addition to that. So that's the first one I made, and then I made a shaker out of the next, shaker with the next one. And this is it, and I think she's so cute. I love the blues and purples. So so I cut the frame part out of this like aqua color texture paper that's from Basil, and then I also cut it out of that foam board that I use from Walmart to make the shaker. Cut the background piece. I used that purple heart paper, and I also used that to cut out the acetate to make the shaker part. And I did the same thing with the black glossy paper that I did at the other one. I didn't add any foam, of course, to the cheeks part because it's just, on the shaker part. And the holes do cut out, so you could see the sequin bits behind that. And I used different sequins in my stash, blues and purples and clears, just to fill up the shaker. And this bow I had in my stash from Mojo Wholesale Studio, which I don't think they sell anymore. I did trim the edges a little bit because it was a little bit too long, and I see I'd need to fix that a little. I thought the colors went beautifully. Creative Mojo Wholesale Studio, right? I think that's what it was called. Anyway, yeah, so that's my second one, and I put the eyes a little bit closer together on that one, and I also added some, it's kind of hard to see, but some eyelashes there, and I just used a black gel pen for that. So yeah, those are my examples of the cute little bear faces, a boy and a girl, and you could dress them up any way you want, use any kind of papers you'd like. Really cute examples on the product page for that. So there's that one. All right, the next set is called the Round Gift Box, and this is such a wonderful set. It comes with all of these dies here. So it's really easy to put together. There are some tutorials from the other design team members. So if you need, some guidance on how to put it together, I think Poochie Tats has one, and I think Carol's Craft Cottage has one as well. I'm pretty sure. Hi, ladies, if you're watching. I always get inspired by your projects. So so I made a couple Easter versions of this. So let me show you the first one I made. Okay, this is the first one I made, and I just think it came out so cute. It looks like a little hat box, doesn't it? That would be cute to make it into something like that. But I wanted to make some like Easter gift boxes. So I used this paper I've had in my stash for a long time from Hobby Lobby. I think it's My Mind's Eye, and it went on clearance, so I bought a bunch of them. So I used that, and it's double-sided, which if you're making this gift box, I would recommend using double-sided paper because you'll see when we open it up, the other side looks really pretty on the inside. So it makes this really cool shaker inset. You could also put the shaker on the top of your box if you want, but I really like how it looks inset there. And as you can see, it's really deep too. So you could put your big shaker bits that, don't fit into a normal shaker. So I'd love that. I used a bunch of like these little ball embellishments that I have. I think I got from either Temu or AliExpress. And then that little felty I have in there, I got a long time ago from AliExpress in a assortment pack, and it comes with the pom-pom on the tail. And it's pretty deep, so I really haven't used it for much besides like paper clips I've made. But it fits perfectly into the shaker of this little box. So I thought that would be really cute. So yeah, that's what that looks like. Lots of little shaker bits, and it's fun to just move them around like that. So anyway, then this Happy Easter that comes from a stamp set from my stash that I stamped onto some of the reverse side of this paper and made a little banner, and I did some heat embossing. I added a button with some gold thread tied behind it for just a little embellishment. And then it does come with, you can use this for the outside of the shaker part if you want to, or you could put these two together and make like a little bit bigger of a frame, and that's what I did for this one here. So the sides, I didn't really do anything extra. I did add some tea dye Distress Oxide on the edges of my papers just because I wanted it to look a little vintagey. So that's what I did for the banner here and on the edges of the box. And then on the back here, I added a piece of ephemera I had in my stash. This bow comes from Scrap Diva Designs set, also from this release, which is the gift card gift box. So I actually had this pre-made, and I thought the color looked nice with this paper, so I just added it onto the back. And yeah, that's the box. So really, really cute. This is how, I'll show you how it closes and opens. Let me just measure this while it's closed. So side to side, it is almost 3.5 inches. Top to bottom, not including the handle, that is about almost 3 3/4 inches, more like 3 5/8. And then if you include the handle, it is about 4.5 inches. So comes together, like I said, super easy. You just fold over the side flaps that come with the notch cut out when you use the dies, and they just fold over the handle. And the handle comes from the front and the back pieces, and you just put them together like that. And so you could see how it looks nice on the inside if you use double-sided paper. And there is the inside of the shaker. So that's how it attaches. You can kind of see how it attaches. And again, you can find tutorials on scrapdivadesigns.com from the other design team members to show you how to put this together. And it is very simple to do. Really, actually very fun. So yeah, so that is the first one that I made. And well, actually, put the handle, this is how you do it. You put the handles together, and then one side and then the other to close it up. And if you want to, you could put something else to close it here, but it really doesn't need it. It just closes perfectly fine like that. So that's the first one. And then I made another version, also Eastery, but a little bit different kind of colors. These are just, like I said, they're all papers I've had in my stash. This is from an Easter collection I got last year, I think from Echo Park. So I thought this looked really pretty. This frame here with the scallops, I had that in my stash in a nesting set from AliExpress from years ago. And luckily this piece fit perfectly on the front of the shaker. So I just wanted to change it up a bit and use something different for that. So that's what I did. And on the inside of the shaker, I used a chipboard sticker and then more of some big fat shaker bits. So they're nice and chunky and they shake really nicely. I used some clay flowers in there, also some little clear gemmies and some more little balls that coordinate with the colors. And then I used chipboard here. This heart flower sticker is a chipboard piece, and I added some Nuvo drops on the, or Nuvo drop on the center of that, added some twine behind it, and this is also a chipboard sticker on the bottom. So again, I didn't do anything to the sides. I just like you to be able to see the papers. And on the back, I added a little bow cabochon, and then I made this little tag out of some of those coordinating papers, just to add a little interest to the back. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Again, it opens the same way. Use that double-sided paper so it looks really pretty on the inside, and that's what the inside looks like. Still lots of room, even though you have that piece sticking in or sticking out. So yeah, those are my round gift boxes. When I tell you these are fun to make, they really, really are. Just a pleasure. So I was going to make more and I had to stop myself because I had other things to work on, but I will be making more of these definitely. And yeah, super cute. Obviously you can use that for any occasion. Doesn't have to be Easter. If you don't want to add this shaker element, you don't have to. You can use the die that cuts out the back for the front as well. So you don't need to use the one that cuts the hole out. Use whatever, you know, use them any way you want to, but really, really cute set. So that's the next one. And then the last thing I want to show you today are the Fringe Butterflies. So this one comes in a small version and a large version. These are the dies you get with the small version, and these are the large version. So you get the background main piece of the butterfly, and then 3 different layers of fringe. This one is the biggest, obviously, and then it comes with the layering fringe piece. These can go on the tips of the wings if you want to. I don't think I use these, I have to see. And then it comes with the body, with the antenna of the butterfly, and then a layering piece too. So I made 2 small and 2 big, so I'll be able to measure those for you. And then I also I made a few flowers from, this is an older set from Scrap Diva Shabby Chic Flowers. If this is still available, I will link it down below, but I want to show you in case you're looking for a way to make some small flowers. So this is the one that I used those flowers on. This is one of the larger fringe butterflies, and I made all of these in those pretty papers that I always use. And I wanted to use some like small but not too small flowers on this one since it is a large butterfly. So that's why I got out my Shabby Chic flower dies and made those, and I filled those centers with Nuvo drops, and they kind of spread a little bit. That's kind of a bummer, but gemmies I think, or some enamel dots would look nice there too. And then this is a flower from Hobby Lobby, the little one there, and this is a piece of ephemera that I had in my stash. I just cut into like a little banner shape, and then I cut it. I have a die to cut out rickrack, so I did that there just to add a little fun trim, more Nuvo drops. And then for the big die that cuts out the big piece of fringe, this one, I did cut that down, and a piece of it fell off at the end, but I just, you know, you can't even really tell. Anyway, that's my little secret. So yeah, so I cut that so you'd be able to see the fringe part at the bottom, which is the other layering piece, just so you could see all the different layers. I cut the main butterfly die. I cut that out of this white and yellow gingham paper, and then I also cut it out of just plain white cardstock just to layer them together and make it a little bit more sturdy. So this is a big one, and this one measures, let's see, let me get the biggest spot. It's about 3 3/8, And then top to bottom, it is about almost 3 inches, more like 2 7/8. So a really nice size embellishment, as you can see, right? Isn't that cute? So that's one of the big ones I made. And then here's another big one. And this one, I did the same, pretty much the same way, used my rickrack die. These flowers are from Hobby Lobby, and I took out the little centers that were in there because they were little like wood beads. So I just popped them off and then added Nouveau drops on the center just to make them coordinate a little bit better. The body of the butterfly I cut out of some Gold's foil, not foil paper, it's more like a shimmer paper, and put that on the back, and then I used some of the same floral paper for the body of the butterfly and added some stickles to make it a little shiny. I added stickles on the edge of this one as well, and this was a piece of ephemera I had in my stash, and I think it's so cute. So when you glue down the fringe pieces, just glue down the edge so the fringe parts could come up if you want them to. I kept mine pretty flat, but you know, maybe for an embellishment I'll pop some of the fringe parts up a little bit. But as of now, this is nice and flat to, you know, keep the options open. So those are two of the big ones, and then here are the small ones. Here's the first one, and this one I added Nouveau drops all on the top part, and then I did some stitching in a zigzag stitch just to add a little interest there. Like on the big ones, I added that rickrack trim. This one I just stitched. And I added more of those Hobby Lobby flowers. Again, I took the centers off and added white Nouveau drops. And yeah, it's just nice and shabby chic. This one is, let's see, side to side, it's about 2 3/4, a little bit shy of that. And then top to bottom, it is about 2 1/4. So really cute. Let me just show them to you together so you could see the size difference. And I did make one more small one, which is this one. And again, those pretty soft colors that I just love for spring. I added stickles on the top of this one too. So I guess I didn't add the wing pieces, these ones, on either of them, but those are options. You can either put them on the bottom, you could put them up here on the top. It's up to you. This one I did add some more zigzag stitching. I just use coordinating thread. These are kind of like metallic threads from Hobby Lobby, and yeah, just change them up a little bit on my different butterflies. So that's all I have to share with you guys today. All of these products will be linked down below. Don't forget to use my referral link if you wouldn't mind for when you place your order. And of course, use the coupon code Strawberry Cream to save 10% off of your order. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And I hope you have a great day. Until the next time, yeah, happy crafting. Bye, everyone.